We are back. We are getting to play again. This is so amazing. So we've had the last time we streamed, we didn't stream D&D because that was when the lockdown for COVID had really just kind of started for a lot of us, and we were all just kind of like, we just need something because our brains. Yeah. And then last week, there were health crises among the cast, which are all settled. Everybody is better and good and on the mend. So we're all very happy. Our families are all whole and safe and good again. So that is good. And so now we're back. We're going to play. And we're here this week. We're here next week too. So, I mean, we're not really going anywhere.
You have us captive. We can't go anywhere.
We might as well play because, like, we haven't really played in 2 months. And so, what I was thinking to start tonight off, we are going to play our game, but this is sort of a great time to bring new people into the stream and to bring new people on to the game, but also to refresh our brains because it's been 2 months since we've played.
Yeah.
Of what the heck we're doing. And so how I thought we could start tonight after we do some announcements and things is just to talk through from the perspective of our character, and if you feel the desire and inspiration to in character, give a summary of the relevant points of the story thus far and kind of where you see us now and what your character's understanding of where we're going next might be. But before we go into that, first off, I'm curious, how long has everybody been in the quarantine, not quarantine, shelter in place?
A month?
A month.
Yeah. I'd say a little bit over a month for me.
Yeah, I think I'm at a month as well. Scott Man's at 2 weeks.
Yeah. It was, I think, about a month ago we started, so Game to Grow's groups went online. We were running all of our groups in person up until about a month ago. We had canceled a few because they weren't in our office and we weren't sure what the sort of sanitation practices were. So we canceled some of them until we could find out the difference, and then we just moved them all to Zoom. So we've been doing all Zoom games since about a month ago, which has been pretty awesome. And thus, Adam and I haven't been into the office in about a month. So we're doing all of our work from home now, and it's been a funny thing to look at faces in boxes all the time.
Oh, it's definitely. Yeah, Bodana made a similar adjustment. All of our groups are also online. Just literally about the same time span. So,
yeah.
And it's actually been really interesting to see how different the groups have been online, because some of the groups have been like really challenging, and some of the groups have just like accelerated their growth being online. It's been a really interesting thing to see how different groups have changed the way that they responded to being online, and it's really interesting. One of the things that Adam and I are trying to do at Game to Grow is like really be thinking about how we can adapt to COVID, but also use this as an opportunity to learn as much as possible for the future. Mm-hmm. So we're like going to start running online groups now because we've learned a lot about online groups. So like we're going to start running online groups for people as a way to adjust to this. And I think it's been just trying to make the best of the situation as much as we can. Although I am really ready to be with people in person again. I'll tell you that much.
Well, I will say, like, for running groups online, because all of my therapy groups switched to online, but we just wrapped up our current session, and I'm doing some just non-therapeutic, just safe space, good place to play groups. We just started one. I'll be starting another one, and possibly a third. But like I've seen for some people with anxiety, especially where in combat, where they would get flustered and try to make decisions, having the system online seems to have actually reduced their anxiety considerably, because it's like, here's my spells, here's everything about it. I can track it. I just click and it rolls the dice for me. It does it all. I don't have to math. And
we've seen that with our Kids on Bikes. One of the sessions that we run using Kids on Bikes, the character sheet in Roll20 has been like a boon for them, and because it like when you hit it, it tells you like here's a dexterity roll, or and that'd be like a brains or a brawn roll or whatever. But it's very interesting the way that it has simplified like even the online. So like if you're using character sheets inside of Roll20, some of them the Ghostbusters game sheets also do this. It'll tell you like what role you're doing. And it's just fascinating the way that it programs that. And you're right, it's reduced a lot of people's, it does some of the thinking for them, so they know better what their options and stuff are. It's very interesting.
Jack, you're the game master for that group for Kids on Bikes?
Yes.
I've always wanted to learn Kids on Bikes. Would you game master for me?
Yes, absolutely.
I would just think that would be the most fun, to learn Kids on Bikes through having someone that I would love to play with teach me how to play.
Sure. I could do Kids on Bikes, or we could do Teens in Space, which is No, it's serious. It's part of the whole line. Not to take too much of our time, but basically
we could do geriatrics in the Wild West, and I'd be excited. I don't care.
They actually announced that they're coming out with Kids on Brooms as well, which is like a Harry Potter kind of a. That was announced at last year's Gen Con. They talked about that. But Teens in Space, instead of controlling a superpowered ally like an 11 or an ET, you share control of a spaceship. So you use character points that you would normally use for yourself, but you invest them into the ship to upgrade something. So when something narratively happens, the player who paid for the upgrade is the one who narrates the success or failure of that component. So it's another way to share narrative control over something, which is one of the we'll definitely work into doing that. That would be awesome.
Let's do that. Maybe we could even stream it on Geeks Like Us.
Yeah, no, I'd be down for that.
Yes,
I think
that would be awesome.
I know someone named Megan who might be interested.
Yeah, completely. Well, and I'm also trying to learn. Oh, where's the system? Jack, you turned me down to this one at PAX Unplug. Emberwind.
Oh, Emberwind. Oh my gosh, yes. Derek is amazing.
I'm loving this because, I actually was talking with somebody today about it because, they're trying to teach teaching resiliency through tabletop role-playing games. I was like, I think that one's kind of your...
Yeah, the whole... Derek is... he's a psychologist, and he actually designed the whole module, the whole adventure that you have. He said it acts as a personality test.
Yeah.
He designed it with that in mind. Derek is... And I got to meet him at MagFest. He's phenomenal. He's a very interesting dude.
I would love to play this.
Well, and I like the idea because, what he was explaining to me is, the first mission you do, you can fail, and essentially, your world as you know it ends, and then but the campaign continues.
Yep.
And so it's what do you do next when everything goes wrong and is terrible? How do you pick up the pieces and step forward?
Yeah, I've been, when I was during my convalescence, I was reading very intensely through the Mouse Guard rulebook. Another phenomenal fail forward system that, the way it does conditions and just drives the narrative. It's a very, very incredible system. But that's I love I want to play all the games at least just once, but I know I'll never have enough time for that.
I really want to play this geriatrics Cowboys.
Geriatric
on walkers.
Yeah, that's the game I want to dive into.
If I wasn't wearing headphones, I have been rocking the cowboy hat a lot lately, and it's definitely my new favorite sort of companion spirit. My cowboy hat.
I want to do an old person saying yeehaw. Here
we go.
Punch my back to get me out of this saddle.
Put the drums on it.
In my day,
back in my day, high noon was actually high.
Not like them hippies. That's too high. No.
Have any of you ever played Honey Heist?
No. Oh, no, I've heard about it.
No, I've heard about it.
I think you could turn this idea into it's a one-page PDF thing where you roll really quickly and you just start BSing a heist game.
I made a mod of Lasers versus Feelings.
I just heard about that game today. I don't know how that one flew under my radar.
Some of my extended family wanted to made a joke about an RPG being in the future of COVID where it doesn't go away. And then it's a post-apocalyptic wasteland in Las Vegas. And they made up fun characters and stuff. And so I created a modification of Lasers and Feelings and turned it into that. And I did it in an hour and then wrote the whole thing into a PDF. I think you could absolutely make a Cowboys, geriatric Cowboys
Challenge
It'd be called
accepted. I will
Dentures and
play in
Hats, and that would be.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Yes,
I will play that game as long as I can use my old man voice.
I can do that.
Oh, we just got something.
Yeah, messages.
Oh wait. Oh no! What is this?
Can you put it in the?
Geriatric Cowboys.
Dead in the West, a tabletop
Ben has
RPG.
found Geriatric Cowboys on Kickstarter.
There is.
What?
Wow.
That is incredible.
Oh my god!
What?
You
Oh
can
my
put that in the
that's-
chat.
It's
Yeah,
it's not
that-
quite geriatric.
You could make it easily.
You could easily,
could
like-
be.
oh my god, that's amazing.
Yeah, there we
Yeah,
go.
like the
Geriatric
man who
Cowboys.
shot Liberty Valance kind of thing right there. It's just larger than life. Yeah, Big Jake.
Oh my gosh. So does anybody have announcements? Well, I know we're just BSing about games we want to play and stuff.
No, there's no conventions to say we're going to.
Yeah, all the conventions it begins.
And hopefully we'll go to Gen Con. Maybe.
Oh wait! I have an announcement.
Yes.
The weather was great today, so I got some flip, which I loved.
Oh, wow.
Big flip flop fan.
So wait, was it like Pacific Northwest great sunny day where everybody is out cleaning their gutters, trimming their grass, painting their house, getting everything done while the sun is out and it's not misty?
Yes, but there's a pandemic, so nobody's doing any of that. So
Although I went for a walk today, and I will say yes, there are people at parks, and yes, the people will do that thing where in the midst of COVID, they will do the like cross the other side of the street thing, sit at the park, but then make sure you stay 8 to 12 feet apart.
yeah,
People are out.
Seattleites are already doing that anyway, so it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, Seattle people don't spend that much time in close proximity to each other already. So it worked out pretty well when they said 6 to 8 feet. We're like, what? 6 to 8 feet? Like, I'm already doing 10 to 12.
Yeah.
Why
You sure you
would I
don't
get
want like
closer?
18 feet? I could do further. I could do further
Yeah.
away.
You want 24 feet?
628 or 68? Which is it?
68.
Because 68, that's very
Standard,
social.
Yeah.
Standard. You have to have 3 encounters before you exchange phone numbers. The rule here. It was great to see you. Maybe we'll hang out someday.
Yeah. Hope to see you around.
Yeah. Wouldn't it be great if we saw each other again,
We'll get
but we're going
coffee
to do nothing?
sometime.
There you go. That's it. That's it.
Very Seattle.
Tumbleweeds kicking up in the middle of interaction.
I'll say this Saturday, Dr. B and I are actually doing our the first part of
What's
our
this Saturday?
training.
Yeah.
Yes.
The applied use of tabletop role-playing games. So we've broken it in. It's 6 hours training, but broken across 3 days, so 2 hours apiece, because we figured like much more than 2 hours staring at a computer screen, listening to the camera on gets a bit tiring. So
Yeah.
Cool.
if
That's
you
exciting.
Where can people find that information?
this is on Leyline. So if you go to, I believe it'll be, I should have their website memorized.
Hey, I had a link because I was looking it up.
Leyline dot
Leyline
something?
thing. Yes, hold on.
How do you spell lay? Is it L-E-Y?
L-Y-E.
L-A-Y.
Oh.
Leyline Geek, Leyline Geek Therapy.
L-E-I would be a fun leyline, like a Hawaiian journey. Would be.
Oh, like a
Hold on.
Aloha.
Oh.
There we go. Live trainings, copy, and pasting it in the chat. Boom.
Perfect.
So that's not just our training is in there, but we've got another friend of the show here and has seen on very many things on Geeks Like Us. Dr. Sarah Sawyer is doing a training. There's a lot of really good trainings coming up there.
That's
So.
pretty awesome. While we're speaking of things you can do on your computer, I think this weekend I'll be doing a webinar where it's mostly a Q&A on running games with kids.
Oh, cool.
This is sort of in the works, but there may be a webinar we'll do. Elizabeth Kilmer and myself will do a webinar this weekend, which is mostly just Q&A. And then the following weekend, Michael Moore, one of our facilitators, will be doing a webinar about running games online. So some degree of tech help with some degree of classroom management skills. All of those things are not yet on gametogrow.org. They will be soon because I literally had this conversation with them about an hour ago.
Nice. Unless they are that fast.
No, as our web admin, I know that's not on our website. But soon it will be, and you can always find out more at gametogrow.org/newsletter.
All right.
Nice.
And Any other announcements for... Oh, check out Hello Future Me, because he just did a video paired with Take This on mental health representation in video games.
And it's an excellent, excellent video.
Yes.
And I'm not biased just because I maybe had like the tiniest... on it. No, it was mostly him. It was 99.999% him, and it's amazing. It's a great video.
Where can people find that, Rachel?
That is...
Hello Future Me YouTube channel. So go on YouTube and
Good Google.
And honestly, like, if you want to learn about story arcs and story development, pacing, foreshadow, like, he does such deep dives into literary writing and styles and stuff through, like, things that I enjoy, like Avatar: The Last Airbender, The Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter. I'm reading a new book, and, like, I can't help but be thinking, like, oh, this is that thing that he talked about in that video and stuff.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really cool.
I think I've seen him before, but I will check it out now double if I know that.
Yeah, you will enjoy this video.
That's
it's really well done. He does a great disclaimer at the beginning of it as well. So just, awesome stuff.
That's fantastic. Rachel and Adam were both also on GenCon.tv recently, along with me, and did a cool stream you should check out. Speaking of Rachel doing cool stuff.
Oh, yeah, you want me to link that too?
Let's throw links. We're doing
links at things.
Links.
And a reminder. Oh, a reminder too for our subs on Twitch and our supporters on Patreon at the $10 level and up. You can join us on our Minecraft realm for geeks like us. I have started up a turtle island, so we can start building that out. I scoured the world with my son to find jungle wood to go and have jungle wood trees and all kinds of woods available for us to make ships and decorate. So make sure you message me or message the Geeks Like Us Twitter and with your gaming handle for it has to be a Bedrock edition of Minecraft. So that's the one that plays on your phone, on the Switch, Xbox, and then you can also get it for your PC. So.
Nice.
All right. So how we are going to start things off tonight is it's been a while since we've played. We're trying to remember the story. So to jump back into the story, I'd like to hear from the different characters on how'd you get where you are currently in this story? And if you want to talk out of character, because that's a little easier to offer perspective and things as well, that's completely welcome. But, do we have a volunteer to go first, or should I roll a 4-sided dice?
I mean, I would go first, but I feel like my story starts like 50% in from the other people's stories because they were running.
I'll go first.
All right.
It will make no sense.
Adam knows eats, so he's clearly, I'm with you there.
Long ago, and I'm picturing Baeridin is standing for some reason on like a small stage.
Yes.
And like in a smoky room having to explain this to a small audience of board.
I want more of an explanation of where is that stage, how he got there, and like what type of convention or event.
That has to happen today. Yeah, that's where we get to catch up to the story of how we got to that.
Yes.
Long ago, I grew up in this wonderful tribe of like-minded dwarves. And me and the other dwarves really spent our time connecting to nature, being one with the wolf spirit and the wolf tribes. Farming and stuff, and hunting. The good stuff, drinking beer. And then one day, everything went to crap. Because all of the tribesmen were killed, except me and my brother Gragnold. And Gragnold and I, though saddened and grieving from our terrible experience, decided that we would travel the lands, trying to pull together some semblance of home, some semblance of tribesmanship that we had lost with our tribe now gone and missing. And so we traveled around. We did a bunch of cool stuff. We met some cool people. Some of them had multiple heads. It was wonderful. We had some great food. There were nuts and berries and pastries. There was delicious coffee drinks.
Don't forget the pineapples.
I really love that stuff. Sugar, really spectacular. that mostly catches us up. No, wait. There was also, we actually found our tribe. So it turns out they were all kidnapped. And they were kidnapped by these terrible guys. And we went down there way deep underground and we were like, hey, you give us back our people. And they did. And we left. And then they were all like, yay, thanks. And then we hung out together and we had a great feast. And Gragnold made like really good beer. And then we were like, well, we should probably go be pirates now. So then we did. And then we were off on a pirate ship, being pirates. And we're sailing the seas and singing songs. And probably drinking also a lot of beer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that's happened a lot. Oh, and then I went on an adventure. We went and we got pineapples from a stand. And then went to another dimension. And then the pineapples were delicious. They delivered it right to the ship. Wonderful. I think that mostly catches us up to now.
I think it sounds about right. All right.
Yeah, I'm glad you didn't forget the pineapples.
What's the thing on your shoulder there?
Oh, it's a bird monkey. He's like a bird and a monkey. His name's Hops.
Right.
So he dual majored in bird and monkey.
Hops, show them that trick you do. It's mostly just him eating fruit, but it's great though. He does it really well. He's the best fruit eater I know. Well, I guess Gragnold's the best fruit eater I know. Hobbs, you gotta step up your game.
Very nice.
That was very good.
Very good.
There
Very
can be
good.
only
Who would like to follow that up?
Wow. I'm Baron Voldus, a ranger who, up until very recently, was wandering the land trying to find his way back home, only to discover that with new friends who are more of a family, he is learning to love the sea as much as he loves the forest, and we are fighting back against great evils in the land. We had a wonderful adventure in the Underdark, and hopefully some of the scary things that were down there do not make their way to the surface. But I personally am eager to arrive back home. There is news of something in the wind, something happening, and I hope my family is okay. So I've been separated from my wife and child for quite some time, and although I love the company that I'm with now, I would be a liar not to say that I am not very worried and eager to get there as fast as possible. But I love my new friends and being a part of the, and this is Jack not ultimately remembering, it's not Moonfang, but what's the new clan?
Ghost Fang clan.
Ghost Fang. Being a member of the Ghost Fang clan. And having a new family.
How would you describe Baron Valdus's set of skills?
Well, they're somewhat well defined. Not exactly particular. I know that there's always a bigger fish. I know that I will find you. I really love putting these blocks together. And somehow I wind up with a flower in my bum. That is the summation of all the Liam Neeson roles I can think of right now. I was trying to work Darkman into it, but I couldn't do a fast, into my eye.
Thank you, Jack.
Amazing.
I got.
End scene.
Well, my name's Gragnold, and I've been sort of looking out for the Ghost Fang clan, and now the Moon Fang clan before that for a long time.
I'm sorry, with the green screen, this looks like you're the real show, like the real life. Remember that MTV show? It's like your reality.
It's been real. It's been real.
Sorry.
Challenging. Thanks for asking. I wish you respected the gravitas of the situation. No, we're making pop culture references. I suppose that's fine. But, well, wouldn't be the first time someone did it. Well, here we are, looking at the complexities of our backstories, and one thing that's true for me and for Baeridin is that everyone we know and love we thought was killed, which is pretty terrible. So we left and wandered around the world for a while before, as Baeridin so eloquently said, we found that a bunch of them were alive. Some of them having wandered and abandoned the mission of our clan, and some of them having been kidnapped and taken to a pretty terrible underground location. So we did all we could with the two-headed person, very strange person, that Baeridin just spoke of. We went underground, killed a bunch of things, not enough, if I might say. Killed a bunch of things by taking their heads from their necks, the most effective way of defeating your enemies. And then we found our way with our new friends, mostly on a ship. We're headed in a new direction as we've learned to let go of the old things, keep our eye on the horizon, which I'm learning from my seafaring friends is a metaphor.
You forgot about whetstone. Come on, that's like the defining feature of your backstory.
No, it's not the defining feature. It's the future that I'm hoping to manifest. Is I'm developing an app, and I think it's really going to change the way that swords meet swords. And for those of you that don't know, I have a sentient sword by the name of Dawn, who teaches me how to read. And all my hopes and dreams for Dawn is that she finds love. Which means I have to go from shop to shop and touch her to all of the other swords until there are sparks. That's a metaphor.
Very good.
Gragnold, what does app stand for?
Alternative placement plan.
I think that's so beautiful. It's more of a meta 8 instead of a metaphor. That's how great it is.
It's 4 squared 8.
That was some advanced math.
I know. Dawn's been teaching me.
Yeah.
Also, you should know, my chief attributes are strength and constitution, not intelligence. By any means.
I like long walks on the beach and soft guitar solos.
I'm strong, and my charisma has much to be gained.
Gragnold has such a positive view on your charisma.
I know, that's my wisdom, which is pretty good. I have a positive attitude, even when the world cuts me down.
Yeah. Gragnold is growing. Because I feel like when I first met Gragnold, he did not have a positive attitude.
No, I think that's the influence of Baeridin.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
Yep.
So
it's been a good influence on me.
I am the seafaring one. I am Captain Ishka, as I'm known on the boat, or Enkai, which is my name that my friends call me. I am the captain of a large ship. I left the ship to come inward on a personal journey to find other people like me because I am a water genasi. And having traveled the world, I had yet to find a person like me, and I wanted to learn more about who I was. I met Baron first, and then Baron and I went and met the Ghostbane clan. And when we met them, they were fighting Kowert. There was a lot happening, so I stuck around with them for a while. We went to the Underdark. That was a whole thing. And then when we re-emerged with their fallen villagers. We set them up in a new town, and then we went back to the sea to find my ship. I had some clues along the way about where I could go to learn more about my backstory and where I'm from. And Baron also needed to get back home because he had received information from his hometown. So we've been on the boat now for a while, and we are on our way to Baron's homeland, taking a detour through the Bermuda Triangle, where I am trying to cross elemental planes to learn more about myself.
Nice.
I was off doing research on my ship, my family's ship. Very important research, studying the stars, where we live. Not adequate views. I wanted unobstructed views. And so I bullied my father until he got us a ship. It was a small ship, very nice. Captain was adequate, I guess. I don't know. We went out. Then, while I was in the midst of doing some studies, a larger ship came and took over us. It took my smaller ship for some reason, but now I have a larger ship that I can do my observations from. The crew is very strange. There's an elven boy who has insisted that I call him by his name, Immeral. And I don't really understand why, but I'm getting to study the anomalies. I actually seem interested in the anomalies, unlike very many other people I know, but I'm getting to observe the stars and observe the anomalies, and it's good. And I like this new ship. It suits me.
The record show, I have not heard her call her ship yet.
You have not.
I have not. I feel like
That
I
is-
would take to that.
Baron, a prisoner?
Yeah, because she's doing the research, and we've also been curious, right, with the Underdark and everything that's been going on, and so she doesn't know she's a prisoner, but we like her. I mean, Immeral is learning from her, and Baeridin, I think Baeridin was hanging out with her. I think.
I actually kind of imagine that if she demanded to be taken off the ship, we would just let her do that too.
Yeah. At this point, she's there.
Yeah, she's around. She has information.
She's around. So we find ourselves back on the ship. You all have been sailing. So it's been a little bit over a month since you took off from the coast and have been heading out. You stopped for, I believe it was 3 days in the city of Jericho to sell Naren's ship, which you got a good chunk of money for, to resupply, say hello to a few people that you knew, and get ready to sail. So you're sailing northward. So essentially, like, Jericho's in the bottom of a big U, and you're coming up, and up towards the top of the U, there is this volcanic island that is guarded by an ancient dragon turtle.
Oh yes, I forgot about that word.
Did we name it?
I don't think so.
Does it
Not that
have
I
a
can
name?
remember, but that is a lost tape, so we'll never know.
Yeah. It should have a name.
Walter.
This is not Turtle Island.
This is not Turtle Island. I think also of note, one of the games that we have had since we haven't had the regular campaign was a backstory game where we made the pirate island, and I think it was one of my favorite bits of world building we've ever done.
It's great.
The island, all the buildings are old ships that have been pulled up onto the land to turn into buildings. And we also said, though, that the best law school on the planet is there. That's part of the reason the pirates all are banded together, is because they get good legal representation anytime they get arrested.
Is there by chance a Star Buccaneers on the island?
There is now.
Nice.
100% there is now.
Nice. Oddly, there's like 15 of them, and they're all within like 2 blocks of each other.
Yeah.
Yep. And the name is larger on the inside than it is on the outside.
Yeah.
And there's a big thing around this particular time of year. There's a big thing about when they don't put the mermaids on the cups.
Yes. Oh, crazy is a good idea. Are they all run by mermaids?
Oh,
Yes.
I think it would have to
Yes.
be.
Are now.
Yes.
Good idea.
Star
Oh, that's
Buccaneers.
so awesome.
Only
Okay.
two-tailed mermaids, though. There's like some weird hiring practices where only two-tailed mermaids.
Yes.
Aren't two-tailed mermaids sirens?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. Are they?
They do not prefer that term, sir.
Yeah, I think. How
That is
dare
quite
you?
defamatory.
Yeah.
Yeah. So some mermaids run Star
The S
Buccaneers. That's more of a sunken ship, a man-made reef, if you will, that holds Star Buccaneers with the wonderful drinks that wake you up in the morning after a night of carousing and enjoying yourself.
Yeah.
Nice.
I love it.
And so we had come in where
We could name the turtle Shelly.
yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think Baeridin's going to call him Shelly.
It has a longer name that has
I like
shell in it. It should be like
Sheldon.
no, it's like
Very good.
they're like with it something of like the unbreakable shell.
What's the password? Bazinga!
Oh wait, hold on. It is Cragmaw. Or no, that's not Mercer. Crag. I'm thinking Kraken, like trying to do a derivative of that.
Yeah.
But Shellington.
Shellington?
Shellington is a character in
Shellington.
Octonauts, which my daughter is obsessed with right now.
My kids are obsessed with
I'm
Octonauts
sorry,
as
in
well.
what?
Octonauts.
The Octonauts.
It's
Oh,
really
yeah.
good.
I'm familiar with Octonauts.
Is this related to the Aquabats?
No.
No,
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Parent life, right?
Yes.
Megan?
Yep.
Yeah, the jingle of Octonauts is real good, I gotta say.
Yeah. Are you also familiar with Little Baby Bum?
Oh,
Yep.
God, yes.
Oh,
Yes. Yeah, that is
Yeah.
also so needed. Here's a
Yeah.
15-minute playlist. Perfect. Let me get dinner.
And
Exactly.
Coco Melon.
Yep.
Super simple songs, all of that.
Yep.
What happened to the Wiggles, man?
No, the Wiggles are creepy.
Yeah.
I
There's
think
another
they kind of
Australian
always
train.
were, but
Yeah.
it's,
Yeah, just the Australians trying to make it.
Okay. Carton the Iron Shelled, but you all have taken to calling the dragon turtle Shelly for short.
There we go.
I would say not to its face.
Yeah.
Baeridin won.
I feel like Enkai would definitely call him Carton just because the turtle did kill her former captain. She's not a fan of this dragon turtle.
No, definitely not.
How would you say it, though, with what type of venom in your voice?
Oh, yeah.
Carton. Like Gaston
Yes.
from
I was
Yeah.
thinking. I
Oh,
was thinking it was
one
like.
kills like Carton.
He uses antlers in all of his decorating.
Oh, wait.
Turn your captain
tentacles.
into the finest like Carton.
Villains.
We've all been
Tentacles
socially
are-
isolated for a little too long.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah, I was Skyman had it. I was thinking like Carton.
Carton!
I was thinking more like dramatic telenovela. Carton.
Oh yeah,
Every time.
that's good. I like telenovelas.
Oh man, I need to see other people.
Sometime we need to do a one-off that is a telenovela version of Clinical Role.
I mean, I think, yeah, that would
Gragnold.
We're getting into and then we need to do an all musical episode.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
every great show,
Oba, will you help us with the musical
your
episode?
character,
Yes,
where everything is
The
in
once
song.
more with feeling version of.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
You all will have to re-roll and be bards for that episode.
Yeah. The bard
Sure.
version of all of our
it's a
characters.
like parallel
Done.
universe where
I
we're all
think-
bards.
I think the -1 charisma that Gragnold has is actually pretty perfect for that episode. He'll be the Anya of the episode.
Yes. Oh my god.
Perfect.
So,
Wow.
anywho, as you had been traveling north towards this island, a incredibly thick fog bank had enveloped the ship. Many on the ship have a superstition around the fog of treating it with respect and reverence, as though it's a sign of protection or a warning from the gods. And while walking through the mists, Enkai encountered a familiar face in an old shipmate of hers, who she had not seen since he disappeared from the ship years before. A human man named Eru, who had aged, but hinted at warning of bringing the ship too close to Shelley's lair again, noting that it was tempting a fate that she perhaps didn't want to tempt. And agreeing, kind of reluctantly, she decided to send the ship heading a little bit more eastward. Well, the party was going to head towards essentially the equivalent of the Bermuda Triangle to find the portal into the elemental plane of water that is said to exist somewhere around this island. So we'll rejoin you all the morning after the mist has burned off. You're at the point of divergence, where the ship will go one direction and you all will go another.
Oh. So is the ship, like, anchored and we're gonna just, like, in the water and swim away, or?
No, I mean, did you want to take a lifeboat? Did you all want to just water breathe the whole way there?
I know someone who can turn into an octopus.
You do?
Yes. His name is Baeridin.
Oh, that's me.
Oh,
I can
that's
turn into
you.
an octopus.
Yes, that's you. Sorry,
Yes.
I forgot who I was talking to. Yes,
Yep.
Baeridin, you can turn into an octopus.
Yeah,
And
that's
if
true.
you do, we can hold on to your tentacles.
Whoa.
I mean, I don't know if octopus is the way to go,
Family
because
show.
Carton really likes tentacles, as we discussed in the previous musical number.
Yeah.
Oh, well, Baeridin, can you turn into something else that can travel
like
underwater
a whale.
in a
Something
fast
less
way?
delicious.
A whale.
Maybe we could climb inside your belly, and we could do like a biblical tale of climbing inside the whale's belly. Could be a
That
metaphor.
seems like it's a possibility.
I don't know about that one.
Well, I can't really think of anything else.
Maybe
I
we
guess I could turn into a whale.
And we
that
could be in your
work?
belly. We could climb inside your belly. That's brilliant.
Yeah. Great idea.
Or maybe
It's not really a
Right,
big
well-
enough whale.
holding on.
No,
Oh, yeah. I could do that.
I don't know.
We could
I-
grab a fin, maybe,
I could probably just pull the boat.
instead of going in.
Or you could put
we
like
could
planks
climb
of
in-
wood on your feet. And then I could pull you around that way.
We could get into the lifeboat and tie the boat around the fin of like
Yeah.
something faster, like
No. Nobody wants to climb inside the whale's belly?
not particularly.
No. Okay, well,
It's an
I
interesting
tried.
idea.
I tried. I'm trying to be a leader here.
It
But
looks better. That option looks better on paper.
where's Immeral? He normally provides useful information.
Immeral is going to be here soon. Immeral is going to be here soon.
Okay, he's pretty
doing
helpful.
so.
He's
Yeah.
probably being held up by that scholar lady again.
It's true.
Oh.
Been hanging out with her a lot.
I
Yeah.
smell a sitcom.
I don't know what a sitcom smells like, but I've learned it smells like
It's a
Immeral.
situation of comedic portents.
Portents, okay.
Perhaps not.
Well, if no one likes my idea of climbing inside the whale's belly, I guess we could ride on it or something. I guess it's less
I could
metaphorical.
just pull the boat, Gragnold.
Okay,
I
fine.
think we're more concerned about how we would get out of the belly, because most of the options are kind of icky.
I don't think I can turn into that big a whale.
Because we either come out the
It'd be like
front
a really.
or the back.
It's only an orca.
Oh, I think orca's not that big. You're probably right. Okay,
It's kind of
Well-
small.
maybe this is just me having ideas. Just to
I mean, there might be
A
enough room
man
if
talking
you want.
to
If
his
you really
friends.
want to crawl in, there might be enough room for one person.
Okay,
It sounds like this is an experience you want.
Yeah, no. I mean, I don't want to hold you back from your dreams.
It's on your bucket list.
Who else has been inside a whale's belly?
Not it.
Exactly. Okay. Well, Erden, I'm ready.
I want to see the preparation of how you're preparing to be in the belly of the orca.
Coconut oil. Coconut oil. I imagine there's some in the galley.
Here I come, Baeridin. Here I come.
Whenever you're ready.
This is going to change the context of your friendship forever.
As you two are doing this kobold comes up from below carrying a small satchel with
Hopefully it has coconut on the satchel.
So Baeridin has not turned into a whale. So Gragnold is just.
Gragnold is covered in coconut oil right now. Head to toe, shirtless. All of his chest hair and beard hair is all very, very lathered. Which is, I think, warm and melted underneath the tropical sun.
I stopped asking questions months ago. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I totally agree.
It is a lot safer not to ask questions, isn't it, Enkai?
Yeah. I mean, Tube gave us some supplies and some food. So
Awesome.
yes, thank you. He's always really good. He put some extra beer in there for Gragnold, but he was concerned if he had already had too much. But I said,
Oh, I'm sober. It still wouldn't climb inside his belly.
So what exactly is our mission when we go on? How should we prepare for this, Enkai?
Also, how are we going to fit through the porthole? They're only like this big.
they're bigger than that.
No. They're on the side of the ship. You can see them.
The porthole?
You can barely fit through them. I mean, I think I could.
I think that's
Gragnold's huge.
a pseudophone.
It's a porthole.
Phononym. Homophone.
No.
That's what it is.
You can't call anyone with it. You can't even open them.
Nope.
The portal is bigger than the porthole on the ship.
Yeah, this is all
It's like a really big one.
Nope.
Yeah.
You can open it.
Nope. If you have a T and an H next to each other, they make the th sound, so it's a porthole.
Oh. Oh, so I've been saying it wrong the whole time.
Yes, you have. You got to learn how to read.
Oh.
Thanks, Don.
Gragnold, you're doing wonderful.
Thank you, Don. TH. Th. Who knew? Doesn't make any sense.
I
So when
think
we get
in
to the
this case,
porthole,
knowing is not half the battle.
it's going to be a lot bigger. We'll have like a latch or something we can open.
Yes.
It's
Hole.
that you don't even really see it. You just kind of pass through it.
No.
So you have to know where you're going.
Like puberty.
Oh, Adam went robotic.
Oh,
Oh no!
Oh, no.
Ah! Gragnold!
I'm still here.
You cut out for a second.
I'm still here. I'm still here.
You're
You
back
got
to
hit with
moving.
some wild magic.
He was just
Welcome.
doing the robot.
You was all
Welcome.
frozed.
Welcome to Wi-Fi 2019.
2020.
Yeah.
No, it's last year's Wi-Fi. It's delayed.
That's why it's slower.
Exactly. Anyway, nobody heard my
Puberty
comment.
too.
It's okay. It's okay.
I heard it. It was awesome. It was just like stunted and delayed, so it didn't really land as good as
Just like
That's
puberty.
all right. Timing is everything. Yeah.
Oh!
Hey,
I stole Adam's joke and
No.
reused.
I served that on like a copper platter for you to slam dunk. Anyway, I'm sorry.
Where were we?
I'm climbing inside Baeridin's belly.
Well, and Baron had just asked the question, what's the mission? What's the plan?
Well, the plan. I've been to the water plane before. and I met someone there named Reef. And so my plan is to go back and try and find him and see if he has some answers.
You say reef?
Reef. Like R-E-E-F.
Not reef?
No.
Oh, it's a funny name if you lived in the water plane. He'd hang out with his friend, wave and surf.
I'm trying to find a way to work reefer into the conversation as a joke, but it's just not coming up.
You have time.
Anyway,
you have time.
Ree.
Don't worry. I'm sure we're going to find it.
Who's Ree?
He is... I only met him once. He lives in the elemental plane. He's a water genasi. And when I went there last time with Lady Bircha, she took me there. He had some answers. He took me to go see a witch, and I asked her some questions. He showed me where some of the jinn are down there. So I want to go talk to him about the dreams and the visions I've been having and see if maybe he can point me in the direction of some answers.
And drink gin together.
They have the best gin down there.
Botanical gin.
Yes. Might be right up your alley. You might have to branch out.
Sea gin.
Yeah.
How risky is this? Like, how much should we prepare for business?
I would drink something out of a bathtub. I think this is probably less risky than that.
I mean, it depends. If we interact with the djinn, that's quite risky. The elemental plane itself was okay. I think we should be worried about.
Well, can I roll a history check real quick? 2. Okay.
I think we should be worried.
Go ahead.
Go on.
It's fine. We're there. And
But I've only been there once, so I've only been.
This, like, roll perception. You don't see anything.
All is inky darkness.
I will remind you just of this one thing.
Get this there.
It's a bottomless ocean without end and no surface.
Okay,
Right.
challenge accepted.
The place you went to did have a little bit of surface. It was right where the elemental plane of water met the elemental plane of air.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So just keep that in mind with the spells of water breathing and stuff.
And how long? Oh, we have potions of water breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Are those? How long do those?
You and Baeridin can also cast it.
Cast it. Yeah, I didn't think about that as an issue because I can breathe. So you have to be able to breathe underwater. That is a condition, and I know that.
I just want to stay here and.
No.
What if you're inside the belly of something that can breathe underwater? I think we've cracked the code.
If we run out of potions, we'll just jump in.
I don't know these things. Barely.
Yeah, I just hold my breath a long time.
Well, I can hold my
I
breath a
still
long
have to
time
go
too.
back up. And get air again and come back down. Whoa, he's still doing it! He can hold his breath a long. Someone get a mirror. I need to make sure he's not breathing through his nose.
Well, I think that was about 14 seconds.
I doubt
Think
it'll
you
need
have
to
to
be
do it a
much
little
longer than that.
So
No. No.
your potions can last an hour. The 3rd level spell, water breathing, that both our druids can cast, lasts a day.
Okay. I'm altering my spell so I have a bunch of sheets.
No, I already have it on my spells.
Oh,
That's
good.
great.
I know I saw it somewhere. Let's see.
Well, that's a whole day.
So, like,
whoa,
yeah,
and up to
the-
10 people.
Yeah,
I
the
suppose-
potions will be a good, like, we are out of spell slots and we need somebody to continue to be able to breathe.
Right.
That's wild. I had
So-
no idea water breathing was so good.
Water breathing is a spell you can cast on yourself or someone else.
10 people.
Oh, holy smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
That's
10 of us
24
here.
hours.
Perfect. Well, that seems like the right choice.
And you can ritual cast it too.
Ooh,
What does that
let's
mean?
do that.
So that means if you spend an extra 10 minutes casting it, it does not take a spell slot.
Oh.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think we should
Like
do
fly
that
fishing.
before we get off of the boat.
I'll do it now.
What does Baeridin ritual casting a spell look like?
It's apparently
know.
dancing.
I would think it definitely is dancing.
Dancing like no one is watching, even though everyone is watching.
He just closes his eyes. I can't hear you. The music's too loud.
Why am I envisioning the song Happy Feet going on while he's doing this?
I mean, we are on a Muppet pirate adventure.
Yeah, it's
We should have
Happy Feet.
that. Like this is not like a Pirates of the Caribbean pirate ship. This is completely Muppet Treasure Island. To the point that we basically have the Swedish Chef as.
I've got happy feet.
Well, witness before you the supreme magical experiences of Baeridin of the Ghost Fang clan. What you're witnessing here is something that is beyond spiritual, beyond magical. This is really wonderful. That's about as many words as I know. Here we are, watching Baeridin in his magical. He's
we
putting
the shopping cart.
He's putting food into a cart.
All
As-
parents know this.
And if you can witness this, he's now it's a sprinkler system, and this is really where the magic comes in, because as you can tell, he's now liquid. He's floating on an ocean, which is part of the way that we're learning to breathe underwater. It's a wave of emotions we're all feeling as we're watching this amazing dance experience. But mostly we're ready to. Oh, his leg has come off the ground. This is spectacular.
And
He's-
at that 10-minute mark, you all feel this sort of, and like it's you can still breathe air. It's just thicker. It's almost like breathing on a 100% humidity day.
I don't know if you're feeling what I'm feeling, but I think I'd like to breathe water now.
I throw some water in Gragnold's face.
And you can breathe fine.
I can breathe through these throwing water at me.
Amazing.
Where did you get that water? We're on the surface of the ship. I'm so impressed by you.
The crew member who was swabbing the deck is like, hey.
You just threw his bucket of dirty water at me.
Took his mop and just put it in your face.
Well, as you can see, I have no standards for cleanliness, and we can breathe underwater.
But now the deck is covered in coconut oil.
Well, that's because we're still waiting for this moment.
We're inventing floor wax.
And the tender is brought down into the water. You all are able to climb down into it. It's this is smaller, like rowboat type dinghy. It does have a small mast and sail. Just out of curiosity, how are you catching back up with the ship? What is the plan there?
I assumed the ship was anchored.
Okay, so you're not having them continue on
No,
the journey? Okay.
they're waiting for us to be.
How long? What's the instruction for waiting? How long are they to
Wait
wait
until
for
I
you?
come back. I'm the captain.
Okay, so
That's
there's
the
no
If
like,
I'm not back, if I'm not back in 15 minutes, just keep waiting.
Just
Try
keep
to take
waiting.
longer.
Just keep waiting. Keep waiting until you run out of supplies. And you have to leave.
Okay, so keep waiting until you run out of supplies. Alrighty.
You don't leave the captain.
Oh wait, I have to hit the view button. Sorry, I'm using World Anvil to kind of get it, and I'm still getting used to it. All right, so you're up there. So the ship. So is Baeridin gonna animals or wild shape? And
Yes, I'm doing Orca.
all right,
That's so sweet. Let's see.
Why you put those coconut oil on my body for something?
lay back and get an epic tan as you're going.
I'm gonna
Oh,
burn.
shoot. Yeah.
I've got that natural red head, skin which means I burn very easily. So save me from.
You do smell really nice.
Thank you. It's very tropical.
What is the swim speed of the orca?
60.
60, okay. So leaving just after the morning, and we'll say Emerald kind of in this sleepy haze was brought up because Lady Naren was making him help her all night with taking chart readings and recording all of the important things she was saying, because they were incredibly important. I need someone to take this all down. Are you keeping up, Emerald? So he's kind of like curled up asleep at the stern of the boat as Baeridin's taking off. Now you know the direction that this island is. How are you going to know where the portal to the plane of water is? Because you know it's near there. What is your plan for locating it specifically?
I think my plan is just to get into the general direction and see what looks familiar or what is maybe like calling to me to come in that direction. I've been having like these dreams and these visions, so I probably would just like close my eyes and concentrate. See if
okay. Gotcha. All right, so you all make your way there. It is the better part of the day, like the sun is starting to set before you start to see the red glow on the horizon. Yes. Or you're doing the sun. Sorry, you're doing the sun setting. And it's hard to see at first because you are heading west, and so as the sun is setting and you see the red in the sky, it takes you a moment to realize that this other orangey red glow you're seeing in the distance is not the sunset. It's persisting beyond the light. And this is the volcanic island as you are near.
No moon.
Yeah.
Are we in the smaller ship now, or have we not?
Yeah. You've been traveling in that. So, because you can wild shape. How long can you hold a wild shape for now?
I think it's like 4 hours.
4 hours or something?
And I can do it twice.
Yeah, you would have burned through both wild shapes. You're probably have about a half hour or so left on the wild shape. So the island is just in view. Probably, if you were just to keep swimming ahead, it would take the full half hour of your wild shape time. So like if you wanted a short rest and plan a little bit, here would be a good time. Or if you just want to persist on, you can do that as well.
Well, I like the idea of having a short rest. So that I have wild shapes remaining.
Yeah. I think as we start to get closer.
We also have a sail, right? Like we could just sail the rest of the way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could sail. Yeah, there's a little at sunset the wind dies down a little bit, but about a little after it sets, then the wind will pick back up.
I'm also imagining Gragnold couldn't actually get all the way in my belly, that he's just sort of hanging out the front of my mouth as I'm swimming.
Completely.
Is it feet out, Gragnold, or head out?
No, it's feet out, like this.
So you see this sort of horrific thing as how's Gragnold doing it like 8 hours half inside the whale's mouth?
It smells like fish.
I will say there is really a growth mindset in Gragnold right now. He's really like learning from his experiences.
Does he spend the whole 8 hours? I mean, you could say something.
You do hear Dawn in your head being like, explain to me again why you're not in the boat.
I heard a story once about someone who was in a whale's belly, and it was a story of triumph over adversity, and I want to have that for myself.
Gragnold, you've already triumphed so much. You really don't need to be in a whale's stomach to have triumph over adversity.
I feel like I need metaphors to find meaning in my life.
Oh.
You know, it's sort of important. We have a sort of a thing in the Ghost Fang clan. We're around the oral tradition and telling stories, and there was a very popular story about a whale, and just thought I should, with the opportunity, I thought I might just seize it.
Gragnold, You realize you're basically in the middle of a story right now.
No.
The chief of your clan has transformed into a whale and is towing their selected warriors to go into a different plane of existence. How is that not a story in the making?
I suppose that's true. Or wouldn't it be better if I was inside the whale as it was being transformed into the Porthole?
But how are you to narrate what was happening inside the ship? And
I just feel like,
also, Gragnold,
yes.
you can change the story and make it so you all were in the ship, or all inside the whale.
Oh, we're all in the whale right now.
You can change it and write anything you want.
Oh.
It's a story. You just need some elements of the truth to it.
Okay. So I can tell anyone, and this is all Gragnold's like his face against against Baeridin the whale. It's like, well, I guess what I'm saying is I just want to find relevance in this meaningless world. It's sort of my universal struggle. I guess. So what you're saying is I don't have to put myself in the throat of this whale to find meaning in life. I just need to ride on the boat like everyone else, because we're all on this ship facing towards oblivion together.
Yes. Not quite that bleak, but yeah.
Okay. So I'm onto something, but need more hope. Well, that's what Baeridin's good for. Too bad he can't talk to me right now because he's a whale.
Very true.
Oh, yeah. I was going to say something and then I remembered
All
that
right.
whale.
Why don't you... He transforms again. Why don't you get into the ship with your friends?
No, I got this, Don. I just think you just find my way out of this. It's so sticky. It's so sticky. I'm so covered in coconut oil.
You would think it would help him slide out easier, but
no. At this point, like Baeridin's been like lapping it off of him.
I was envisioning Baeridin as a whale doing like a cat hairball thing, like trying to like cough up.
No, I see. Gragnold is more being like a coconut lozenge.
Baeridin, what do you think about the fact that I should leave your throat right now? I've been talking to Don, and I feel like maybe this isn't the best place for me. I thought one thing I've learned is that being between two places is never the place to be. I should really be on the boat or in your belly, but on your belly is not a place to be, so I can't face that. So, listen.
PIL.
Why don't you? I'm just going to start poking at Baeridin the whale's gag reflex. Listen. Let me out, please.
Make a Constitution saving throw.
Please let me out.
What? Are you muted?
Oh.
It's not great. That's a 7.
7. Yeah, you vomit as Gragnold is punching at you. Did Baeridin eat anything during this swim?
I'm imagining actually Baeridin ate a bunch of fish while Gragnold was in his mouth, which maybe just added to the horrifyingness of it.
And so, Gragnold, you are thrown up with a pile of half-digested fish as
That's
well.
better than nothing.
But you're able to breathe in the water, so it's okay. And swim back over. You do, let's go swimming. And swim back over to the little ship, climb on board. Gragnold smells awful, by the way.
Like ambergris.
The oil was better. Yeah, like the coconut oil actually was pleasant smell. But now it is briny and fish gutty, and there is a sheen of oil on him, but now it is just fish oil.
Oh.
Basically, like, because he's been inside a mouth having fish burps for the last 2 hours or so.
I'm doing the full-on Fabio up here on that.
Shit.
So, how much water can you conjure, Immeral?
Emerald's conjuring water, yeah.
Yeah, Emerald's just kind of like half asleep, just snapping fingers through water. There's a baby!
Aww. Hi.
Can you say hi?
Hi!
Aww.
Can you say what you have?
Dorms.
Kitty cat.
It's a kitty cat.
Kitty cat?
Ooh.
Say
Very nice.
what's this?
Nice.
Nice.
Yes!
What
Very
color are the dice?
Mickey.
Yay!
All right.
Nice.
It's dice. What do you have?
Oh.
You want to roll it?
Oh, yes. Two.
It's a 2.
Yes.
Very excited about that too. Better than a 1.
Good
Yes.
One.
job. Yeah. Are you headed to bed?
Yes.
Can you say goodnight to everybody?
Night night.
Night
Night
night.
night!
Night.
Aww.
Night, Samuel.
Say Uncle Adam.
Hi.
Bye. Bye-bye.
Night, baby.
Mwah.
But you need to teach her a double bass. That's going to have to
I'm gonna
happen.
teach you the double bass song.
Bye.
Can you say
Bye.
double bass?
Bye.
The best.
Good job.
Yeah! To everyone, that is a throwback to when my youngest daughter was about Sabral's age and just popped on the microphone singing double bass over and over and over again.
That's hilarious.
No, that is like weapons grade cute.
Yes.
Adorable.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
mute just for a second and say
All
goodnight.
right.
Yeah,
No
You
worries.
guys can continue the stream while I'm doing that.
Yep, you are a whale right now, so.
Yeah.
But you all are in the ship, and Emerald's, after like cleaning off, just kind of, I want to sleep, and rolls back over and goes back to sleep. Is there anything you all want to discuss? Any questions you have?
I mean, I think since I don't really know exactly where the portal is, that the closer we're getting to the island. So I have, in the lost episodes, I was given a necklace from Proteus when Edric died. So I feel like I'd be like holding that as like my token and be like praying to the gods to try and find some direction towards where the portal is. The portal, whatever.
Porthal. The Porthal. Go ahead and
Portale.
The portale.
Portale, yeah. It's
roll a
Italian.
wisdom check for me. And you have advantage on it.
Well, I rolled a 19 first.
Oh, nice.
What's my wisdom? Oh, +8. Oh yeah, the second one was. So 27.
27.
Wow.
You're able to feel this sort of direct pull a little bit to the south of the island. So like if the island's here, you all are kind of coming in this way, and you're getting kind of pulled down in this direction.
Okay. All right. So, okay. And then is Baeridin still a whale?
Yes.
So, Baeridin, we need to go south. Or I guess Baeridin's coming back up because Baeridin wants to take a short rest.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
he needs a rest. So after 8 hours of continual swimming and pulling, you're tired. And just kind of
Have Tube's picnic maybe on the boat. So.
Yep. And also, like, it's decent food, but, like, since Tube didn't know how long you were all going to be gone, there is a lot of just heavily preserved food.
Like dried fruits.
Salted pork.
Yep. Hardtack.
My favorites.
Yeah.
We have quite a bit of pineapple, if I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, and I'll say, let me roll a check for Tube here. Tube was actually able to figure out how to use some of the different magic elements that some of you can provide and rigging things to actually get some of the pineapple to be dehydrated and crystallized. So there is like the little teeny tiny, like you basically, I'll get like one pineapple ring of like sugarized pineapple.
It's my favorite spell in Dungeons and Dragons, the Ronco Electric Food Dehydrator.
Yeah, my favorite thing about that spell is you can set it and then forget it.
Exactly. That's what's
Nice. Nice.
That one and the pressure cooker.
Yeah.
That's my favorite spell.
Staying up late and watching the infomercials because you were just that freaking bored. Thank God we have moved beyond.
That's how you learn the spell.
Yeah.
Yes. This was pre-Netflix.
Oh my God, pre is when you're old enough to remember television stations signing off with the national anthem.
Mm-hmm.
That's when you know that you are old.
Jack, you're really old.
Yeah, I don't
Oh, yeah.
remember that. When was that?
I remember
That was like
I remember that.
Yeah, mid 80s, maybe late 80s is about when it stopped. I would say mid 80s is when it stopped. They would always like show these weird over patriotic scenes with the national anthem and fireworks inexplicably, and then
it would go to the screen. Yeah, snow or the line.
Yeah, the test pattern.
Yep.
Speaking of old people, Jack, do you want to run that game of geriatrics on horses?
Yeah. In my day, we had a thing called a jukebox, you see, and it was kind of like a giant iPod.
Jukebox?
And you put quarters in to play a song for a spell.
That's a quarter, Granddad.
And you can buy a lot of ribbon candy, young man, and some Werthers.
Some Werthers.
In my day, we used a photograph. That sound quality was the best.
You had to crank it yourself.
Yeah, unless you had a
loved it.
monkey. Then the monkey could crank it for you, and that was economical, of course.
But then the monkeys got their ears going.
all went downhill from there.
Then you had to get your juice box.
Important message in the chat.
I see that.
Oh, what? I'm not watching.
I was going back to the telenovela thing.
Yeah.
There actually is an RPG that I think just finished kickstarting.
I think I heard about this.
Yeah.
The telenovela one, I heard of it.
Claro que sí.
We're about to have an Emerald wake up. So
Is
He
he
got
just
his
going to sleep on the
coffee.
ship? He's just...
yep.
We already
Okay.
discussed you and your
3
eye
hours.
patch being an actual, like, soap opera villain, didn't we? I showed an
Yes.
image. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
It's Stefan from General Hospital.
Yes.
Because I watched that show.
Sí.
Your name is Stefan.
Yes.
I'm an evil twin. Yeah, it's all coming back.
Sí, un hermano.
You live in a big castle on an island. And you're rich. There's a
Un
lot.
casa más grande del mundo.
Well, mal,
Casa
hombre.
grandísimo.
Oh, goodness.
Sí.
So
God,
as
Farrell's here.
Oh, that broke us
What?
on the stream.
Sven is going to fix it.
Fix us. There we go.
Sí.
We're fixed.
Gracias, Sven.
So
I'm Rachel.
as you are all going to sleep and resting, or not resting, sorry, as this short rest is happening, Emerald, you're finally waking up.
What's happening? I woke up. What's going
He was
on?
just laying on the floor on the ship.
Yeah, you're on a small boat, kind of out in
God,
the middle
am I?
of nowhere. Yep. You can see off in the distance some orangish light. Maybe it's a sunset. You're not quite sure.
Huh.
But you're in a much smaller boat. You were on a ship.
Bienvenidos.
How did I end up on this boat?
We dragged you onto it.
I have questions.
Well.
No one would let me feed you to a whale, for whatever that's worth.
Well, I appreciate nobody feeding me to a whale. What?
Oh, no,
Huh?
it was
Tell you
Baeridin.
what,
Baeridin
how's
is
that
very...
going for you?
He's a trustworthy whale.
I don't even want to know what happened.
Nope. It's... Oh, well,
You gave Gragnold a bath. That was good.
it was...
I gave Gragnold a what? Like drunk?
It was very tender, and I feel clear in body, but not in spirit.
Was I drunk?
You know, you could use whatever excuse you want to, but it was very intimate.
You're kind of sleep drunk in a way
Yeah.
because you're up helping the research lady.
Was this like a whole bunch of weekends at
Oh
Bernie's
God, I
stuff?
was
Like-
helping her.
We were dragging Emerald along.
Yes.
Yeah, well, we're playing the island music, so it's like Weekend at Bernie's 2.
Yeah.
With the zombie effect.
That's right.
So, Emerald, also, like, you're noticing it's not that you're having a hard time breathing, but breathing feels weird right now. Like, it's like when you're breathing in on an incredibly humid day. And it's just a little odd.
Anybody else? It feels muggy.
Come here. Let me show you something. I want to take Immeral to the edge of the ship and then throw him off.
Before he
What a-
tries to
what a
as
way
he
to wake
tries
up.
to throw me off, I
No,
try
no.
and use my martial arts abilities to get around him and toss him off instead.
Oh, no. Let me show you.
I mean, like, the grapple, to escape the grapple would definitely be a dexterity saving throw, but to throw him off the ship would probably be athletics.
Well, I'm trying to use my Aikido, and that requires no strength.
Well, also, Gragnold, go ahead and roll an athletics check to see, and Dr. Big
14.
14.
Okay, hold on.
So,
Which
listen,
one am I
just
rolling here?
trying to throw you off the ship. It's in good fun.
So this would be it would be either athletics or acrobatics. So.
Oh, I will take acrobatics.
Well, if we were doing athletics, I might have a chance.
Yeah.
How about a 19?
19.
19 is less than 14, so
You're,
I've been teaching me words, not math.
The D&D encounter by mathing, right?
Yep.
um,
I'm
you were
breaking the
able
fourth
to
wall.
escape out of his arms, but you're not able to trip him into falling off the ship. Huh?
What are you doing?
Well, it's just, trust me.
What are you doing, pirate?
Barely awake, and you're trying to throw me off a ship?
No, okay. I just thought I would, show, don't tell. You can breathe underwater. Baeridin cast a spell. We can breathe underwater. I thought we'd go under the sea sort of adventure together.
Okay.
Down where
Let's
it's hotter
talk
under
about
the water.
something for future reference.
I know, you need me to use my words.
There we go. Dawn been teaching you.
No, you've been teaching me. Don's been educating me. They're very
In all,
different
in all
things.
fairness to Gragnold,
Wait a minute.
Where did you
actions
learn it from?
speak louder than words.
It's wisdom from Baron Valdus.
Where did you learn it from?
I learned it from you!
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. We win.
Gotta set that
And we're
up.
back from
Now we're back.
So,
Hi, everybody.
anyway, so Immeral, I was just trying to throw you in the water to teach you.
Yeah, no, I got that part.
Breathe underwater. No one let me feed you to the whale, so I just thought it'd be fun if we woke up inside a whale's belly together.
Have you been trying to read certain legends and getting them wrong?
Yeah, no, I've been reading. I haven't. Yes, probably. I would say I'm trying to live the truth of the metaphor.
Please tell me what metaphor means.
So, when you are living inside a story, you aren't perceiving things as they really are. You're perceiving things as you think they should be or could be, but aren't. And then when you perceive them as they could be, you learn from them, because in the world that we're in, we have to change that to make it the world we want it to be.
That was so nonsensical that it almost made sense.
I know. I worked really hard at that. Thank you.
I think that going back to the top of the show, I think that is like the convention speech. The title of it is Path of the Metaphor. Like, that's the panel that we're all presenting in this medieval setting.
So, as it were, I was trying to feed you to a whale so you could journey through its intestines.
Metaphorically.
No, also very literally. So you could experience the metaphor of coming out the other side. And so Baeridin could understand what it feels like to excrete someone from his bum.
Hold on, you were going to feed me a bear? You were going to
No,
feed
that
me...
was very literal. I was hoping to watch from the other side as you came out of
You were
his
going to feed
bum.
me to Baeridin?
We would laugh about it for years.
No, we would not. You do not get to feed me to Baeridin.
The rest of us
all
would.
of us anyway.
The rest of us would giggle about it.
It would be a whale at the time if that changes things for you, Immeral.
Baeridin, we would laugh about it. Enkai, we would laugh about it for years.
I mean, we're still laughing
I'm
about
laughing
you
right now.
being in the whale.
I know, but imagine if he came out of his bum.
What? Look, while I was asleep, what kind of conversation happened where the conclusion was, hey, Immeral's asleep, feed him to the whale?
No. It had nothing to do with the fact that you were asleep. We wanted to feed you to the whale anyway. It was...
You just couldn't protest as much.
Yeah.
In fairness, he wanted to feed all of us to the whale.
I know.
Obviously, except for Baeridin.
So you talked him down to the sleeping one.
No, we talked him down to just himself.
You missed the whole thing. I was inside the whale's gullet.
Smell
Covered
it.
in oil.
You can tell.
Yeah.
They ate a lot of fish.
Smell my shoulder.
God help me, I'm going to.
Roll a perception check.
No. Tell me the story. What do you smell? Envision it. Imagine a world.
Okay. So with that roll, Megan, you tell me when I go too far for a 19.
Okay. There is definitely a fishy odor.
Wafting off of
wafting.
his shoulder.
Yes. Looking down into the armpit hairs, you could actually see some scales and other little fish bits stuck in there because he came out with a big spew of fish vomit.
Yep. It's a long story.
And coconut oil.
And coconut oil.
I'm very glistening.
Just for that, Megan, I want to push him off the boat again. Full force push.
I want the camera to zoom in as Gragnold leans in Immeral's face and goes, "I'm very glistening," and then Immeral just like two hands shoves him off.
Are you going to try to resist it?
I will.
Out of her?
Just unbroken air.
No, for the sake of the narrative, Gragnold is going to get thrown off the side of the boat. No resistance there. I think it's perfect.
Gragnold
deserves this.
What are we thinking? Push or like a trip?
No, I think he should be like. I think like Looney
blasted?
Tunes style, like
Comic
sideways, have a moment and then fall.
Dragon Ball Z style?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like Muppet being thrown across a room, like away from its handler.
We are
Okay,
Muppet
well, then
Treasure
that's how
Islands.
it's going down. It is cartoonish Dragon Ball Z Muppet style. Boom! He needs a bath.
And Greg, you were just thrown back into the water.
Yeah.
And you have this quick moment of like,
full
oh,
on, like-
and then you're like, oh yeah, I can breathe.
Perfect.
Gragnold.
All right. Any objections? He needed a bath.
No, that sounds right.
Nope. I deserve that.
You want some
Glad
fruit?
we
Immeral?
agree.
What kind of ship are we on? Do I have to climb back up, or can I just like throw myself back on it?
You could throw it. It's a smaller, like little sailing boat. So yeah,
Ooh,
it's
salty.
really crowded with all of you on there. I mean, it's probably this one would be 15 to 17 feet long, so it's pretty small.
Well-
Get in the sloop, Baeridin. Sorry.
But as this has been going on, the sail has gone up, and Kai, you've been slowly sailing towards the place where you're feeling that pull, essentially. And you get, as you are finishing the short rest and night is coming, you can see still probably a good 6 or 7 miles away the glow of the volcano, but you feel like you're probably as close as one you would dare bring the ship to the dragon turtle's lair. Because you don't want to wake Shelly up.
Right.
But also
Dragon
Shelly,
Turtle.
Dragon
Please.
turtle named Shelly.
Yes.
Yep.
Who killed the
Carton.
former captain of the show.
Guess who named it Shelly?
I'm you know what? It could be any one of you. I'm going to roll a 4-sided die and just go with it.
Wasn't me.
That's what.
Yeah.
The full name of this dragon turtle is Carton the Iron Shelled.
But Shelly for short.
Shelly.
Mostly that was Baeridin.
Baeridin or Gragnold?
Yeah.
It was Baeridin.
I mean, maybe he calls himself Shelly.
Oh, you don't know. You don't read his diary.
Yeah.
He doesn't call himself Shelly.
Well, how do you know?
I feel like
His
Enkai.
diary?
I don't read his diary, but
You could try. I don't know if
he
you speak
doesn't-
Dragon Turtle.
he doesn't strike me as a Shelly. I have to say.
Yeah, I was like, is the guy having one of those, like, if you talk about the evil is going to happen. Like, don't say, like, oh, we're out of the woods now, or, you know, like, are you, like, really freaked out that we're diminishing the power of this
Yeah, I
horrifying
think
being by calling it Shelly?
I think I'm freaked out even just being over there, because last time I was over there, it was catastrophic. But also, yeah, I'll probably like, shh, be quiet. Like, don't even let Shelly like hear you talking about him.
What could happen? We're basically in the
You
clear.
just called him Shelly.
We have to go through the Porthole first.
We have to.
I missed a lot while I was asleep.
While you were sleeping.
Oh gosh.
Anybody care to explain to me what's going on? Last I remembered, I was helping the annoying one, document stars.
We are
Who are
going.
you calling the annoying one?
The one documenting stars.
Was I documenting?
His girlfriend. His girlfriend on
Just
the boat.
assumed you were talking about me. I guess I should think about really critically about why I assumed you were talking about me.
I believe we're talking about student Kissy Face.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. That makes sense. Anyway, as you were saying, Enkai.
We are going to the elemental plane. So we need to get off the boat. We are close. And we can't take the boat through the portal with us.
Do we notice Enkai's nervousness?
I don't know. I guess.
Are you trying to hide it?
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm trying to. I think I'm just coming off as like very serious.
Can we roll some insight check?
Yeah, you all can roll insight if you want to get a feel for how she's going.
Got a 14.
Hey.
I got a 9.
All right,
I got
and
Dirty 20.
Ooh.
Rachel said, roll a deception check, or well, let me see. Are you trying to be deceitful in hiding this, or is this more like you're trying to be persuasive of like, no, I'm fine.
Yeah, I'm trying to be persuasive and like leading. I'm trying to lead them.
So persuasion then.
20, dirty 20.
Ooh.
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 8.
Jack, what'd you get? Sorry.
15.
All right. I would say, Emerald, you feel like something's up, but you don't really have insight necessarily.
Context.
We can't read her Enkai face.
Yep.
I would say, though, I probably did tell them about what happened to Captain last time we were around. Because I remember telling them, I don't remember if it was the last game or before, like, that the dragon turtle is super dangerous and we have to be careful.
Mm-hmm.
Can I advocate that Gragnold could roll this insight check with advantage because he's tried to hold his shit together while trying to be a leader at the same time?
I'll allow that, yeah.
That's a critical fail, so it doesn't count.
Oh,
I was so close
wasn't,
to a really good roll. I was hoping for a dramatic moment.
Dramatic thing. No, but I would say too, like just because you're not necessarily able to read and be like, she is feeling, traumatized by the thing. Your characters could probably put together like, Enkai's uncomfortable for sure. She's not acting like herself normally around, especially she's being like Captain Ishka more than Enkai right now. And it's you all, and she isn't that way around you all.
Yeah. Hey, Enkai, who invited Captain Ishka to the party?
Did he
Seems
Were you trying to convince us or yourself? Sorry.
You know what? I think we'd like to talk to the Enkai we all know.
Oh my god. Are we
And
having
not
an
the Captain
intervention
Ishka
next to
that you want the world to see.
I think this is really metaphorical.
Gragnold, I thought Enkai and Captain Ishka were the same person.
They are. It's confusing. But they're the same person. And
We're having an intervention.
Yep.
So, Enkai, friend Enkai, who wears the mask of Captain Ishka.
Ooh, that's a metaphor.
Can you take off the mask for us?
I'm confused as to what you mean.
No, she's not. She's not confused. She knows what you mean. She's trying to avoid the conversation.
Gragnold is pretty insightful, if blunt.
Nail on the head.
Listen, we're getting close to where the portal is to go to the water plane. You guys said you wanted to come with me. If you want to come with me, we have to get off the boat.
Well, let's get off the boat, but let's talk first.
About what?
About what kind of dangers that we're up against.
About what's making you so hesitant to tell us what you're hesitant about.
I'm not feeling hesitant. I'm feeling nervous about Karton. Shelley.
Oh.
I'm feeling a little nervous that we're getting a little close to where he is, and I don't want to draw any attention to us, because if we draw attention from him, it's not going to end well for us.
But if he's all powerful, would he not already know that we're here?
Well, he doesn't really get agitated until you get really into his space, or if you're trying to take his treasure, or, I think that we're far enough away now, but we should probably...
Karton invented social distancing. Needs a good 6 miles of space.
Nice.
He's just a big turtle, right?
He's a big turtle.
What is it about the turtle? Let's talk about the turtle. What is it about the turtle that makes you feel the way you feel?
The turtles are very dangerous, and we're in a very, very small boat.
Shelley.
So I don't want...
No, I think that's very
want you
literal.
guys to
I'm
get
looking at just really the thing about the turtle.
Yeah.
Isn't the turtle a metaphor for something for you?
No, the turtle's actually a really...
It's real? What are we doing?
That's my point, Greg.
What? No. Really? It's
time out.
I thought it was a big thing with a hard shell, and that was hard to understand.
No.
But really, it's a dragon.
Yeah.
No,
And
turn
the
this
turtle.
thing around. Baeridin, what are we doing?
You know what? Right in this that moment, I try and shoulder throw him into the water.
Do you fight that one, or you?
No, this for the narrative. I'm just saying this is like a slapdash. Gragnold just being thrown around. This
Enkai, let's do this.
All right.
Can I get back on the boat before I go through the portal?
Well, you dropped the sea anchor because you all are going to have to go into the water.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's why you have the water breathing on you.
Good thing we can breathe.
So you, for narrative sake, so it's been 8 hours since it was originally cast. So that's going to leave you 16 more hours, sorry.
And I can recast it underwater because we can.
Yep.
I assume we can talk underwater.
You can talk underwater. I'm not going to make it so like you can't communicate underwater, but we will also do some, like, advantages.
Everyone wants to watch that.
All right, so you all jump down into the water. I guess since you rolled so well earlier, we'll keep that roll. You're able to feel sort of the pull towards this. Swimming down under the water here, because the sun has gone down, it is pretty dark. So you do still have the dark vision goggles. It is incredibly hard to see, and it is disorienting. The water around this island is deep enough that the only real sea life for the first 100 or so feet is minuscule, like planktons and algae and things like that. So once you get down about probably a good towards 30 feet, even though like at that point like, it's hard to see the surface, hard to see around you. There are no bubbles because you have no air. You're just breathing the water. And so it is very, very disorienting. So I'm going to need each of you to make a survival check. And Kai, just a normal check, everybody else disadvantage.
Megan?
Yep.
For the sake of things, can I use my elemental attunement effect to create a bubble of air within the water and watch it rise?
Yeah.
You just want to do that for the fun of it?
No, for the sake of not getting disoriented. I want to know what weighs up.
Okay.
Oh.
Okay.
So I create a bubble.
So every now and then you're making these bubbles. So I'll let that wipe away disadvantage.
I like that.
So everybody just roll again. Just roll a straight roll.
For survival?
Yep.
Oh, nice. So,
dirty 20.
24, 20,
19.
19.
Much like Taylor Swift, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22.
Oh.
Critical fail.
So, all of you are feeling pretty good. Like with those little bubbles of air that Emerald's producing, you're swimming along and able to find your way well, and you're just not even worried about the fact. Gragnold, you're like watching one of the bubbles go up, and like a little smaller fish swims by, and you get really distracted, and you turn around, and then you look back, and the rest of the party has gone outside of your dark vision, and like another fish kind of swims by you, and you kind of look after it, and you kind of tumble a little bit inside the water.
Do I notice that Gragnold? I feel like I would want to.
Also, after a few minutes, you all do notice that Gragnold is not with you.
Okay. We need to go back and find Gragnold.
There is this moment where you don't see your friends, and now like you're in this dark, murky water, and it's terrifying because it just seems to kind of go on.
Can anyone create lights?
Megan?
Mm-hmm.
I actually use elemental attunement. I'm going to try and use elemental attunement to create a series of smaller bubbles and sort of a scattershot approach around us to try and alert him where we are below.
Well, he can't see enough to.
I'm hoping a bubble hits him.
What if there is light?
You're assuming you're below him.
Are there fish?
Yeah,
That's true.
speak with animals is exactly what I was saying.
There's a couple of fish starting to come out, heading up to the surface to eat during the night. So yeah, there's a few fish around.
I'm going to do something I have never, ever, ever done before. But I have a thing called the Mask of the Beast, which allows me to cast Animal Friendship spell as an action. And I'm going to cast Animal Friendship on a fish.
Yes.
And ask him to go get it.
So this fish swims over. Hi, I'm Birdie.
Oh, hi, Birdie.
No one ever talks to me.
I'm really sorry to hear about everything, but it was a good run. Listen, I need your help. My friend is somewhere over there. He looks kind of like me.
Okay.
With a bigger beard.
Okay.
You know what a beard is?
No.
Okay. It's like this. It's like one of these, but bigger.
Okay.
Okay. Can you just go over and like kind of dance in front of him and then let him know you want to chase after him, bring him back over here?
Okay.
Awesome.
And it just hangs out in front of you. Hi, I'm Bernie.
Hi, Bernie. Now listen, I have a friend who is...
Their
kind of like me,
intelligence is
with a
one.
beard. Yep, I think this is one of those like loops, and this just turns into the fish constantly talking to Baeridin, and Baeridin keeps repeating back
Hey, Baeridin.
what he wants the fish to do.
Do I know? Do I
times.
hear any of? Do I understand any of what's being said by Baeridin,
Yeah, you
Megan?
would understand what Baeridin's saying.
Okay, so as soon as I hear him reintroduce himself, I call out to Baeridin in the water, Baeridin.
Hold
just
on,
keep
I'm
swimming.
talking to my new friend here.
Just keep swimming.
What's a beard?
It's like one of these. It's like one of these, but it's bigger.
Just keep swimming.
If you could just find him and then sort of dance in front
And
of
I'll
us.
say, and Kai, at this point, you could have swum back and figured out where Greg.
Okay,
been
good.
able to find him.
I want to have swum back and took the rope, my rope, and tied the rope around him, tied the rope around my wrist, and then start swimming back.
So you put the mom tether on him?
I mom leashed him up, and we're going.
So Gragnold, as you're sitting there kind of freaking out slightly, suddenly Enkai's there, and she ties a little bit of rope around your wrist and gives you a mom glare.
Again, the gear backdrop is perfect. So perfect.
And you all swim back to the group, and just as you're watching Baeridin again, like, hi!
It's like this, but it's much bigger!
Try and create a bubble just around his head.
Whoa! Do it again. I
The
like
fish's
bubbles.
head or my head?
Your head.
No. It's like...
And the fish swims forward and pops the bubble with its nose.
And he's over there, and if you could just... Oh, hi Gragnold. If you could just go find him, he's got a beard.
I'm right here.
Like that one?
I'm here. I was here the whole time.
Oh, thank you so much, Bertie. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. Hi there. I'm Bertie.
Hi, Gragnold, this is Bertie. Bertie, this is Gragnold.
Hi, Bertie.
Look at a little medium-sized bluefish.
Can we just keep swimming?
Oh, yeah. We're going somewhere. Bertie, do you know where the Porthole is?
Hi there. I'm Bertie. How'd you know my name?
Porthole.
Very nice.
We're swimming.
Permission to slap them, Captain.
No. Let's go.
And Enkai, as you all are swimming along, you do see a faint glow, sort of a warm, bluish yellow glow.
I like to imagine that I'm swimming and Gragnold is still looking around. He's like slowly getting jerked.
Yeah, sort of like a helium balloon kind of.
Well, I swim towards the glow.
As you all are following along, you see this warm glow, and you can see it's not a like a perfect circle. It's actually like this bubble under the water of this. It still is water inside of it, but like it's glowing, and so it's sort of like almost like a small. Think about the size of like one of those beach balls you run around inside of on top of the water.
It's a human hamster ball?
It's a human hamster ball size with glowy water inside of it.
This is it. I tell them.
This doesn't look anything like the thing on the side of the ship.
Enkai, what do we do with it?
Let's go. And I just swim in. And I pull Gragnold in too.
Yep.
You follow?
Ditto.
All
Except
right.
I go in feet first.
So what you see as Enkai goes into this, and sort of like your expectation is just to see her sitting inside the middle of this bubble. But she just kind of vanishes as she goes into it. And Gragnold too, as he goes in. And Immeral, as you go in as well. All of you come out the other side. And what you see is you're suddenly like... There's a lot of anxiety relief instantly, because now you can see a very, very long way. Everything is softly glowing. But again, there's no real up, there's no real down. And you do see you're swimming next to a large, again, hamster-sized bubble of dark blue water.
Can I try doing the bubble thing again to see which way it rises?
It just stays stationary.
Well, crap.
We're in like zero gravity right now? What's the deal?
Per raw, elemental plane of water is endless water. There is no surface.
Oh, God.
What's
There
the
is
shape
no
of this
floor.
endless water?
It's the entire plane. Essentially, it's
Endless.
all of it. Endless.
So, square then?
It's like a Minecraft world.
Yeah.
What just happened?
Wow.
Oh my goodness. Are we all disoriented now?
Now we are.
Gragnold?
What?
Gragnold,
Yes.
would you kindly untwist yourself so we're all facing the same direction?
I
Our
suppose
heads
I
are
could.
facing the same
Yes.
direction.
Sorry.
Thank you.
I'm going for a Spider-Man thing.
All right. Well, it's just so long as we're not floating all in different directions. Are you still holding on to the rope that Enkai gave you?
I never held on to it. It was tied around my waist.
Is it holding on to you?
Yes.
Good.
So the scene from Onward, like, I still have the rope, right? Which, if you haven't seen it, watch it. It's wonderful. All right. So looking through, Enkai, you would have remembered from your time with Lady Birch, because she seemed to know where she was going specifically in here. But coming in, well, how would Enkai feel coming in and seeing the warmth and the light, but then also kind of that moment of seeing the air bubble just kind of sit there?
I don't think that would really bother her. Honestly,
Okay.
I think that she would be relieved that she found the portal and that she's through there. So I think that she'd be like, okay, now we're here, and try and remember the way in which Lady Bersha.
But you've come in a completely different way.
Oh, okay.
How do you find anything here? It's all just water.
Well, last time
I
I
can't
was
really
here,
use
Lady...
landmarks.
No.
Watermarks.
Watermarks.
Oh.
And you
This
see
just says-
floating
This
this
says
big,
confidential.
It
symbol
says
in
draft, do not share.
What's a social media copy?
What?
Over this direction, there's this pattern that says, was it Skillshare? And then there's another one over here.
That's perfect.
But as you're all kind of sitting there, there's this strange, humming almost that you're experiencing, sort of this.
Can I do a perception check to see if I know what that is?
Sure.
I remember it from last. Oh,
9. You're not sure. It's something different, something that you can't really put your finger on, but it's slowly getting louder and slowly coming closer.
Do you guys hear that?
Yeah.
I don't.
Megan?
I'm
Mhm.
going to cast Pass Without Trace just because I don't know what's happening.
Okay. All right. So you cast Pass Without Trace on everybody.
Is it reasonable to assume that in the Four Elements temple, or the temple that I was trained in the Four Elements tradition, I would know something about the elemental plane?
You would know a little bit, probably not too much. What are you trying to...
I want to know what the humming is.
Make a history check. DC is going to be pretty high, just so you know.
I have no doubt. And you know what? My roll was definitely not high.
Baeridin's gonna hum also. Response.
What'd you get?
I got a 5.
Immeral, you never paid much attention in class.
Shocking.
You really, fighting, learning how to use magic, understanding how ki worked, all of that stuff, you were attentive, you were there.
Yeah.
Classroom work, you doodled a lot. And as you're trying to think, like, elemental planes, I know I learned something about this. You remember drawing a circle and then, like, a wheel around the circle, and it went fire's next to water. No, that doesn't make sense. Why would
Hold
fire?
on. Bug type is next to psychic.
Yeah. Yep, essentially. And then, like, there was that doodle that you did of the instructor with a bucket on their head. Nope.
It was really
Someday
good.
I'm
Not being a
able to
better
throw
student.
water on
Solid
you.
doodle, though.
I have so many little rocks for you.
But so Baird, you start humming along with it and do it.
Wait, shh. I'm not sure if that's something malicious. Oh.
There was a boy.
Was he a strange enchanted boy?
There was this gnome who...
Good cryptic.
After a couple of minutes, the sound's getting louder and louder, and there's a slight feeling of pressure against your ears. You're feeling, as you're kind of putting your hand up, you feel a little bit of a water current up above you that wasn't there before.
You guys see anything? Mostly just looks like water in every direction.
Everyone can make a perception check for me.
Sweet Lord, I got another critical fail.
Those dice need to be punished.
You're so good at this.
I know. These are my mutagen green dice. I normally don't play with. I only play, with my Ninja Turtle game.
6.
10,
11.
11.
God.
Well, here we are in a black abyss.
It's not black. It's glowing.
Well, feels pretty dark, empty. It's a metaphor.
What'd you get?
16.
16. So I'll say, Baron, as you're kind of trying to do the humming, you're kind of floating along, and you see off in the distance some sort of really, really big round thing. It's too far off to make out much more, but it looks like kind of beach ball size maybe, but like distance is really hard here without other any other landmarks or anything else. It's just this strange like ball thing off in the distance.
That's me or that's Baron? Sorry, I missed.
Baeridin, yeah.
Oh,
Baeridin.
okay.
Yeah, yours is just high enough.
Oh, there's a ball. There's a ball. Someone's throwing a ball to us.
What?
I heard someone be
Over there.
Wait, there's a ball in the water?
Baron's doing this, which does not help or matter.
No, it doesn't. It's like the water's just
He's squinting.
yeah.
Why is there a ball in the elemental plane?
They're playing volleyball.
It's a universal sport.
Yeah.
Enkai?
I would say Enkai is concentrating again, like holding.
Well, and I'll say that seeing this thing, it triggers your memory from the last time you were here, that there are these coral reefs and other like seaweed forests and things that are basically attached to different rocks and just kind of free floating through the plane. Many are like spinning, making their own kind of like gravity. That
This remind me of where Reef lives.
It's King Kai's planet.
It's a little too far to.
What's a King Kai?
Yeah, it's too far away to tell, but it's reminiscent of.
But he lived in something.
He lived in something like that.
Yeah.
His was fairly small.
Right.
But dense.
That
You know what?
current-
Forget this.
You
I'm
can
swimming
run around.
towards whatever it is.
All right.
I was going to say, does that current seem as though it's coming, like pushing away from where
or
this ball is, or
towards.
towards?
Make an intelligence check.
Could I? So say, would there be any way that I could use like kind of like my tracking or nature to try to feel that
I'll let you use nature.
Okay.
I
Thank
try
you.
to be a generous GM.
Yes. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. As you're looking at it and what you're figuring out with the pushing the stream. It seems like it's slowly rolling, and it's like the momentum of the water getting pushed as it's moving along. So it's like it's creating its own current that's kind of here's where the physics is coming from this. When a whale breaches, it starts from very low and it comes up high. And the nose, the water in front of the nose is actually water from down below. So it drops the temperature of the surface water before it comes up.
Oh.
So that's essentially what you're feeling.
Okay.
The more you know.
Fun
But
story.
now I know.
I'm swimming towards it.
Yeah. So you start swimming towards it. Is anyone else swimming towards it, or is Immeral on his own?
No, I'll go along.
All right. So just keep swimming. All right. You all swim off towards it. As you're swimming, it's taking you a while to get there. It's getting bigger. It's getting bigger. And just the size of this thing is mind-boggling to you. It is much, much bigger than the place where you met Reef. But you do see bright colored corals on it. There's all kinds of fish. This is large enough that it probably would take several hours to walk all the way around it.
Do I see any people?
As you're getting close to this, you do see there's lots of fish living around this one. And you do see some, well, actually, how do I explain this? As it's making one of the rotations, you do see what looks like almost a palace on it. And as you're all swimming up, you suddenly are surrounded by these fish-looking people, not tritons. And kind of make a nature check with advantage.
Yeah. I was going to say, are these seem familiar. 22.
Please not Swaggin. Please not Swaggin.
These are, hold on, I'm blanking on the name of them, and I'm trying, dang it.
Toa.
Underwater, here we go. That's not going to help, that's too many things.
Not Swaggin.
It's not
That's how I
Swaggin.
feel when I look into Monster
They're
Manual.
just Star Buccaneer employees.
Yeah.
So Star Buccaneers head.
They have the apron on.
Actually, we'll just go, these are sea spawn, essentially. So they have these large fin-like ears, more greenish skin. They're not known to be incredibly intelligent. You would know that from some of what you've heard, they're used more as bodyguard types. But a group of them do surround you and have tritons and other spears and things. And they're speaking in the aquatic language there.
Arquin?
Merfolk?
Something I don't
Aquan.
speak, probably.
No, you speak it. That's one
Oh,
of
I
the
do. Oh,
because you're water genasi.
Okay.
Just somehow you get to grow up knowing this language. Seriously.
Okay. Are they're hostile, I guess? They're pointing spears at us.
They're pointing spears at you all, and they are saying to come.
Okay. I will give some kind of sign of, like, deference to them, and then I'll be like, come on, guys, we gotta follow them.
Are they going to hurt us?
I don't think so. But
Oh, sorry. I just saw some messages coming in. We need to do a quick break, so sorry. With that, with you all being surrounded and possibly captured, we'll take a quick break. So if anybody needs to use potty or do anything, we'll pop in and say hi to chat. I saw a video game. Doc came in with a party of rated us with party of 7. So thank you.
Doc rated us with party 7.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.
I feel bad for
Awesome.
telling her she never watched our D&D stream. I'll be right back.
Well, she rated us with 7.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yields positive results.
Yeah. Guilt.
Oh,
The true weapon.
Yeah.
No, motivator, not weapon.
All right.
Yeah.
can I share something with y'all and with the
Yes.
chat?
Yeah.
Of course.
Well, starting tomorrow, many of you are probably aware of this, but Wormwood is launching their Kickstarter for their new sets of dice, most of which are absolutely stunning. And if you go there, there is one tier, the Dr. B6, that will benefit, take this, and support Level Up Dice and Wormwood at the same time, because it's Level Up's making the dice, Wormwood's distributing them, and part of it benefits take this. So it's a D6, it's a blind box, one of 20 different gems. You don't know which one you're going to get, and 1 out of 100 is hematite with gold lettering.
Ooh.
Or gold numbering.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to order at least 4 so I can, Lauren, Lauren, I do not know what price tier it is. I'm guessing in the $15 range, but I don't know for that for sure.
When does it start?
Tomorrow.
Is there like a pre-link that you might have access to?
Wormwood. Go make sure to follow Wormwood Gaming on Twitter and on Instagram. There's been some good Worm Life stuff that's been coming out lately. I got to tell you, all the sets that we've seen so far have been really, really stunning. Set Team Phoenix's, the Cat's Eye pink one, and great Ginny D's. Ginny D's have been great. I'm really looking forward to Polly, the social media person over at Wormwood's polyhedral dice.
Ba, ba, ba.
Nice.
But I'm definitely getting at least 4 Dr. B6s to support and take this.
That's amazing. But there are... Sorry.
I'm
really excited.
Kickstarter was already live.
What's that?
I didn't know the Kickstarter was live. Is it
Tomorrow.
Live? Oh, tomorrow. I was going to say.
Yeah, 14th. 14th.
All right.
Nice.
Excellent.
I'm looking forward to it.
That's right, Lauren.
Oh my goodness. Yes, Lauren. Sneak attack for charity. You, all the rogues out there, you need all the Dr. B6s.
Nice. You get a sneak attack, and you get a sneak attack.
You get a sneak attack. You're just going to get in real close. Just like a sneak attack.
Just like
I think that's one of the things that I'm not liking about the COVID stuff is like was getting to support a bunch of Kickstarters, and now that support money is kind of dried up for a little bit. It's just not fun.
That's the truth.
Well, can I? One of the things since I still have a job, I've been trying to take a little bit of each paycheck to support companies for, where I have friends who work. I want to make sure they have jobs to go back to. And the funny thing about this is I told my mom that I was trying to, support Wormwood and their homebrew collection. So she's been emailing them for a few days, talking to people, buying a gift certificate just to keep them supported.
Oh, that's really sweet.
That is very sweet.
But it's been funny. She's like, I've been talking to so-and-so, and I know them by different names. We've been trying to play Who Have You Been Talking To and missing each other.
That's super sweet, though. I do think I do feel like there is a sort of responsibility that I feel to like support the organizations and support the people that I guess that I know are struggling during this time, or that I know are I appreciate those people and those organizations. So
yeah, if you're able to support things like of course, Geeks Like Us, we love people supporting us, and it's amazing. But like, if you can't, that's okay. I don't know.
Well, and I know I see Lauren.
Lauren,
Lauren, you're working with D&D Beyond because you do that. You're amazing. They're another great organization to support, especially right now since they, D&D Beyond's bringing us so much joy.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff with D&D Beyond right now because it's so
my
needed.
Gosh.
It's so necessary.
I mean, between D&D Beyond and Roll20, like that's what's keeping all my groups. What kept them going, and what's going to keep them going. So no, it is such not a sponsor. We all use it though.
No, lots of love though.
Yeah. Hashtag not sponsor. Actually, speaking of not a sponsor, actual sponsor. like us, we have a promotional deal. I'm muting Jack. If Sven could mute Jack, I think till he gets back on. We have a special tag. I'm gonna try to put that in the God. Sorry, it's been too long since we've streamed, so like I'm trying to remember all the stuff, but we're okay. Can't. I'm the host.
I didn't know that. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me find this really quickly.
Oh, WotC's been just cranking out all sorts of great free resources for folks, and I know I will say this. I know Take This has been talking to Wizards of the Coast about some resources that can be made available to the broader gaming community, and we'll probably have some more information on that soon.
Yeah, my brother was linking me some of the free stuff, and he was so excited. He was like, "Hey, you want to do this?" I'm like, "I already have a D&D game." But you can play with some other people. He was very excited.
So the link that I just threw in there is for buying wonderful products from our friends over at Gemhammer. They've got their Grimoire. Is that how you say it?
The Grimoire?
Grimoire coming out, which
Weird
seems
word.
Absolutely amazing, with some wonderful things in it, and spells. They've got the Muscle Mage and other things. But if you use that link to buy any of their amazing products, Geeks Like Us, we get a little bit of a kickback from that, and they're good friends of ours. We really love working with them, and they're so much fun. Like, they are an awesome company. So, or the coupon code is just Geeks Like Us. So just all one word, Geeks Like Us. And that will, I think it gets you a discount too. I don't remember. But at least it lets them know that you are getting their products from the streams, because we use their Deck of Wonder pretty often, which I do have my deck. Like, it has been an important part of all my therapy games, so I have it. So if anybody wants to do a pull of a Potion of Wonder to pull from the Deck of Wonder, we can still do that.
You know I do.
Of course. So we've had very many fun things happen.
We just got surrounded by a bunch of fish people, and you're like,
you know what?
Why not?
Screw it. Let's just make a Potion of Wonder.
Let's see what happens.
Take a drink from the Potion of Wonder. Let's
is
see
it hard to
what
drink
happens.
the potion because it's in a glass bottle and there's no gravity? You have to kind of like suck it out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I figured that we'll have to do like the straw thing, and
we have to squeeze it or something.
just it's in there, and I'll have to just use my finger to swirl it out, and
I'm very uncomfortable by this conversation.
You know what? I just realized we should not be clipped right now. Well, I am miming a bot, using my finger to get liquid out of a bottle, and I realized I made a very rude gesture accidentally.
Well, and something else that we're going to be trying to do for programming is I'm trying to do a one-shot with Connor from Gemhammer.
Yay!
And probably Dr. Ryan, and I think I pulled in more elements of chaos. It's going to be, we're going to break D&D.
Hold on. You need more elements of chaos than Ryan?
No, we have someone else who's, I forgot who the third person was. Oh, it's Randal.
Randal, Ryan, and Connor?
Yeah.
When is this? I'm watching.
I'm not sure when it's going to be, but the thing we're going to use for that stream is the Deck of All the Things. I don't know how we're going to build some random element in there to pull cards. And my goal of that game seriously is just to break D&D.
Spectacular.
Well, we did a birthday game for Sarah, and Dr. B was the DM, and I didn't know about the deck of many things, or I didn't know that there was like a card deck that could break D&D, and he was like, you go into a place and there's a deck of cards, and I was like, pull one, and he was like, really? And I'm like, yeah, and I pull it, and it turned out I got like a castle or something, and I was like, pull another one. Maybe you shouldn't. We pulled so many cards out of that deck.
I'm amazed they all lived.
Oh my gosh.
Live. And I got a castle.
You live. Some of it isn't terrible, right? Like we've got gain your choice of 25 pieces of jewelry or 50 gems. The jewelry is all gold, set with gems, each piece being worth 2,000 GPs. The gems are worth 1,000 GP each. That's really nice. That's good.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And let's see. Let's go.
I'm afraid of that deck.
Lose 1 point from your primary, so your highest score is going to decrease by 1. For that one.
Nah.
Yeah. So my goal again, it is to break D&D. We're going to do this sometime in the next couple of weeks. We just got to. It's not so much planning a night. It's just figuring out it is planning a night when everyone can stream, but I also have to figure out what setting and setup I'm going to give the players that they're just going to instantly destroy. I mean, maybe I shouldn't even plan anything.
Yeah.
Nope.
Probably not.
Just go for it.
Yeah. Get you're in a room. Here's what's in the room. Now what do you do?
yeah. I'm going to roll some dice and figure out what's in the room.
The absolute most basic.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Sarah, it did not make me mad. Hold on. It did not make me mad. Your birthday game did not make me mad. I was flabbergasted that you all kept pulling cards from the deck of many things.
It was awesome. I was getting drunk with Jared. We were like gnomes, getting drunk, just pulling cards, inheriting fortunes. It was great.
Yeah, be on the lookout on the Geeks Like Us Twitter for an absolutely just ridiculous broken game that is going to be coming up.
Nice.
Because, it's... Whew.
You know, actually, Megan, I have a question, and actually, this is a question for almost anybody in this stream, because I figure between Adam, Jack, Megan, and me, we have a fairly impressive collection of historical books from role-playing games. Do we know where the first appearance was of the Deck of Many Things? I'm really curious if one of us has that supplement or that sort of...
Wasn't it Tomb of Horror?
I don't remember.
I'm fairly certain it was Tomb of Horrors, which was fairly early in D&D, around something like 76 or 77, if I'm remembering correctly.
Well, so the second supplement was Blackmore, which I have right here, and
it was actually
that was 75.
It used at Origins 1.
Oh wow!
Yep. We all
Jack has strong Google sway.
Seriously.
I believe that's where the Deck of Many Things was at. It was either that or maybe Hidden Shrine of Timochin.
Jack, your historical knowledge...
No, here's the thing. Somebody will say, like, hey, Jack, could you do this complex math equation? And it's like I just had, like, a gaping head wound. It just does not happen. But when it comes to, hey, do you remember, the names of all of the bailiffs on Night Court? Well, of course.
Oh, that was a good show.
That was a good show.
That was an excellent show. Actually, it's one of those things I got the entire run of Soap for $20. Night Court, $300 for DVD. And I'm like, why is this still this ridiculous?
Wow.
Deck of Many Things, first appearance.
Anyway, it looks like you and me are streaming on Friday with our gem.
Oh!
Yes.
It was in Greyhawk.
Oh, okay.
Greyhawk?
Yeah, first
So
supplement.
the 80s. Yeah.
No, 75.
Oh, 75. I thought Greyhawk came out in the 80s.
No, I got it upstairs.
Okay. Oh. Interesting.
I don't think I have any books earlier than AD&D.
What's that?
I don't think I have any books earlier than AD&D.
I actually don't have any historical books. I've got lots of current things. Because, my first few gaming experiences with D&D, I never even got to touch the player's handbook. All I ever touched was my notebook paper.
Yeah, I have first edition, second edition. I pretty much stopped after second until I picked up 5.
I really like 5. I love all the supplements for it.
I was thinking it'd be really fun to go back and play a second edition game.
When you say second edition, do you mean AD&D second edition or
Yeah.
1989?
I want to play it. I want to play a 2-hit armor class 0 game.
All right, since Adam is back, we will get ready to close because we've a little less than a half hour left, so we'll bring it to a close, and we'll be back next week. So yay! As you all are surrounded and start being swum down towards this floating landmass island thing, you see that there is this one area that is very lavish and refined with very good architecture. Definitely worn by the sea. You can see and the erosion is in interesting patterns. It's like the carving of these statues and things accounted for the erosion that would happen in the water. And so it's these interesting like rivers of erosion that are happening up the columns. And just looking around, you see that there are well-sculpted gardens and other things in this. And you are brought down towards the sort of this palace-y looking thing is up here. And you're brought kind of deeper down into this crevasse and surrounded by more of these creatures. And you see this one, actually it would be a water genasi coming out, not Reef. Someone else. Her female, her hair is pulled back into a very kind of tight braid that's kind of just drifting off a little bit behind her. She has a net and triton attached to her and is looking at you all in sort of this broken common. It's like, why are dwellers of material plane here?
And I want to respond to her, but not in common.
Okay. Okay.
Can you tell her you're a material girl?
They're with me. And then I would curtsy to her and say, I am Captain Ishka. I am here looking for a friend of mine, and these are my family. They have come.
You've come to the Sapphire Citadel. You will pay homage to the Queen of the Deep.
Of course.
She shall decide your fate.
Do I know who this Queen of the Deep is?
Is that Shelley?
No, I'm covered.
I'm not even gonna have you roll because no,
I don't.
Is
any of this? You know how I was having like visions of the deep. Is any of this look familiar to me from any of the visions that I had? Like,
the architecture is somewhat similar. It what you were seeing was basically like the inside of some sort of palace or something.
Okay.
Definitely underwater with pockets of air there too, as though. But you do see. Oh, there's a kitty cat. This doesn't look like the place that you've seen in your dreams, but kind of a similar style to it.
Okay. All right. We're gonna follow her. Just stay together. Stay close. Don't say anything.
She looks at you all and says, you will come and explain why you've sullied our waters with your presence.
I try to bow as deeply as I can floating in water, not knowing which direction is down.
Yeah. Well, I would say like this sphere is spinning enough that there's a little bit of gravity here.
Oh, okay, that's fun.
So you are able to stand on it. It's basically like maybe think moon level. So as you jump, you're going to go really far. You're not going to be down very quickly. And you do see like there's creatures that are more frog-like that seem to be using this to their advantage. They are like hopping impossibly long distances and kind of arcing through the sky and coming back down.
Thor style?
Yeah.
Oh!
But it is very cool. But I think this is probably a good stopping point, since we will be again next week to find out what happens as you all are being brought to Sapphire Citadel.
I'm nervous.
It was good reason.
Yes. Well, but since we have a few minutes, and Dr. B did join us late, so at the start of the stream, I asked everyone in character to catch us up to where we were. I was wondering if Immeral might want to give his accounting of events that have led the party to where they find themselves now.
Well, we started off fighting some rot in some jungles. Then after we beat a big brain, which we found out was like an elder brain, whatever that is, we went to my hometown where, well, I don't want to talk about that, but we found some stuff there that was personal. And Baeridin ate a lot of pastries from my childhood friend who's now old. And then we left my hometown and found our way to the monastery where I was trained, where we helped them fight off a massive horde of gnolls and also Pelorians. And after we fought off all of them, we had to go into the Underdark to save the Windfang, Ghostfang. Which clan was it? There's been some changes here. Moonfang, Gwynfang, Ghostfang.
Yes, Moonfang.
Yeah, we care about them. A clan that we care about.
Well, you said 3 words, and only 2 of them were real. What was the third one you said?
Windfang.
Moonfang clan.
We need to start a Windfang clan.
Did you say a wind fan?
Windfang.
Windfang. Well, like wind fan clan.
That's the Bard clan.
But oh my gracious! But
I have the vapors.
I bet you do. But yeah, after we did that, we rescued a bunch of the Moonfang clan from the Underdark, and then we started following Captain Ishka / Enkai and Baron to help them with their personal quests, going to where Baron is from and where Ishka's from, so they can learn more about their past the same way we all learned about our pasts. And that's where we are now, helping out Ishka / Enkai learn about her past.
And that is not a metaphor.
Also, demons are trying to break into the world.
Also, Palor is not a good guy.
Yeah, Palor is definitely not a good guy. Yeah, he's definitely not a good guy.
We haven't met Palor himself. You know,
also,
he might be fine.
Palor hasn't done anything.
He can't be that good of a guy if he's got these kinds of followers.
Yeah, you're judged by the friends you keep.
You know, if these are his followers, you can't. You know, he's not a good guy.
Yeah,
terrible followers.
He does have some bad followers.
Yeah,
some truth to that.
Also, I got a lot of treasure along the way.
Yeah, you all have some pretty cool magic items at this point.
And my family's blade, but we don't talk about that either.
We're also really bad at poker. I remember.
Yep.
I'm not bad at poker. You're bad at poker. I'll beat you at poker.
Your family's blade is also not very, shall we say it, romantic.
It's not talkative like most swords aren't talkative.
Exactly.
Does not have a profile on Whetstone.
Nope, it doesn't. It's not Whetstone approved yet.
Well, yeah. So anyway, we're learning about our friends' childhoods now, and we're trying to help them out. That's why we're at where we're at, surrounded by the Sapphire Palace and the fish things.
Yep.
I love it.
I didn't pay attention in that class. It was established.
You missed the part about the baristas.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
most of the
Oh
things...
yeah, you did miss that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
So we decided at Turtle Island, there's a. Oh wait, what are we not calling it?
Sea Buccaneers.
Sea Buccaneers.
Star Buccaneers.
Star Buccaneers.
Star Buccaneers.
Star Buccaneers.
It's actually a Monkey
The
Island.
coffee shop?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's in a man-made reef. So it's a ship that's half submerged, and so all of the baristas are actual mermaids.
And there's one on every corner.
Yeah, there's
But
like
the
15
original-
of them on the island.
The original location is a siren with two tails, but it's like only the cool people who know that go to the original location. That's
It's not that
Seattle.
big. The
That's a
original
Seattle
location's
joke
not
right
that big of a
there.
deal. It's just
There's a
coffee
spell
shop.
that you can only learn on that island to create designs in the foam of your lattes.
It's called Pike
Oh.
Place Roast.
I'm glad I was asleep for that.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you everybody who tuned in. We are back. We will be back
Yes.
next week. We'll be playing a lot more. Since none of us are traveling to cons in the next couple months.
Nope.
Yeah.
Yep. Just tune in to our online trainings and webinars.
Yes. So we will see you all soon and take care of lots of Geeks Like Us content coming this week. Check out so our friend Steven, I believe his show Lore du Jour premieres this week.
Thursday.
Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
Wonderful.
So he's going to be doing deep dives into the lore of different video games.
That's awesome.
So if
Yeah,
you
that's
are interested in that, like it's going to be fast. He messaged us. He's got something like 5 pages of notes for the show tomorrow.
Of course he does.
So
What time is that?
I believe it's going to be at 8 or 9.
Okay.
Hold on. It's on the
There we go,
Geeks
my
Like Us
group
Twitter.
right
Oh, my
now.
kitty cat came downstairs. She never comes downstairs.
Lovely
cats
to
in
see
one
everybody in chat.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thanks
Nice
for,
to be back.
Mhm.
thanks for joining us, Obo. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Obo Lauren.
Thank you so much. It's so good to see everybody.
Stay safe.
Yeah,
stay
stay safe,
home.
everybody.
Yeah, 8 o'clock tomorrow night is Lore du Jour.
Okay.
So
Nice.
check that out. And then Fridays we've got John doing our Rihanna-thon. He's playing old games and things. So
And we'll
Nice.
be playing again in 1 week.
and we are going to play next week.
It's like it couldn't be better than that.
Yeah. Yeah.
2 weeks in a row. Hell yeah.
It'll be awesome.
All right.
So thank you everybody. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Keep safe.
All right.
Bye.
Be well,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.